Hey everybody, it's Cory Treffiletti. I haven't done one of these videos on LinkedIn for a little while, so I thought it was about time. I had a topic I wanted to talk about. I've been writing a little bit about what the future of a CMO is. I'm CMO of a company called Rembrandt that's doing enhanced in-scene advertising, and it's going great. I've been the CMO for a couple of different companies in the ad tech space and collaboration tech, and I've also worked with CMOs in really large Fortune 200, 300 size companies. And I've witnessed four things that I think are required for a CMO to be successful. And you could probably argue this is for any marketer or anybody else in any other facet of business. But there's four things you have to be successful at. And a lot of the time, people are really good at two, maybe three. You're sort of a unicorn if you're good at all four. And myself included, I'm not great at all four of these, but we all have our strengths and weaknesses. The first thing is to be able to think. A good CMO has to be able to think. He or she has to be able to strategize about a business. You've got to be able to come up with ideas. And most importantly, you have to be able to think differently about things. You can't do things the way that everybody else has done it, or you're just basically treading water. The second thing is you have to be able to build synergy. You have to be able to build relationships across the organization. So relationships with marketing, product, sales, finance, so on and so forth. Those relationships will help you to be successful because you'll be surrounded by people who have a mutual beneficial relationship with you. All ships rise with the tide in that way. Unfortunately, too many marketers do not like to go get along with sales and product people. I find those two people to be some of my best friends. The third thing is management. You obviously have to be able to manage. That kind of goes without saying if you're the CMO of a company. But you also have to be able to make sure you inspire and you get people excited and you motivate them and you can train them and help them to grow and evolve. And whether they leave eventually and go somewhere else or whether they stay with you for your entire career, they want to be able to continue to grow. So if you do that, you're doing a great job. And there's a lot of CMOs that do a good job with management. The last one is doing. This is a hard one for most executives because you get so far away from the details of what needs to be done to make a business successful, you forget to go and play with the tools. You forget to go and play with ChatGPT. You forget to get into HubSpot and Marketo. You forget what it's like to sit down and write the emails and to write the copy for a web page or to write the advertising. You've got to be able to do. You've got to be able to get into the platforms that you work with. You've got to get into the MarTech stack and understand what the data is doing. And if you don't do those things, it's really hard for you to manage other people to do them. It's also really difficult for you to be able to strategize about what roles they can play. And it's really hard for you to think differently because you don't know what the tools are capable of doing. So those four things I think are really key and important. So any CMO these days should probably be thinking about those. If you get a chance, check out Rembrandt, check out what we're doing. Hopefully it's something that you think is interesting as well. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks.